I be sparking and rushing, man, like inside the dark, call me Will Snatcher. Just a brother for the rapture. I hang live, holding on strong, hard to capture, extravagant. Resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my same like a lot.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the manga. And for anime only fans, this is the time of the month where a lot of the content that we talk about here on the channel is gonna be spoiler heavy. However, I will say before you get out of here, make sure you smash the like button, because hitting the like button costs you absolutely nothing and it will make Himawari smile. And given the fact that Naruto just lost Kurama and Sasuke's Rinnegan just went poke poke, Himawari needs a whole bunch of reasons to smile, so make sure to hit the like button. But with all that being said, if you're still here, I'm assuming you're all caught up with the manga and you do not care about spoilers. So getting right into it, after the last Boruto manga chapter, there were two things that were pretty much abundantly clear. Number one was the fact that Boruto jumping in to save Kawaki was absolutely necessary, because the power gap between Kawaki and Code was absolutely tremendous, and Code was getting real satisfaction from just beating the brakes off of Kawaki. This was a brutal beatdown, to the point where Ada's getting all hot and bothered because she's worried that Kawaki's face is going to get messed up, because Ada wants Kawaki to go balls deep inside of her. However, the other side of it too is that Kawaki had no answer for Code's claw marks, and when it came to using the ninja tech abilities, even something like that was not going to give Kawaki a advantage over the character of Code. And now that Boruto showed up, it does look like this is going to be a more intense situation. We do know that Boruto is hoping that Naruto and the rest of them are going to be able to track his chakra signature. That was the whole reason why he left the village, that way it would get their attention. But the thing that I worry, and the thing I do think is most likely, is now that Boruto's mixing it up with Code and you're going to see Boruto and Kawaki team up on Code, I think we're in a situation to where Boruto's going to need to use that Karma Seal, because that's the only thing that's going to give him an advantage, because the white Karma Seal that Code has gives him the power of Karma, but Boruto has a body that is 80% Otsutsuki, and Boruto also has a Karma Seal that is pretty close to being fully matured. And I think the big wrench that Masashi Kishimoto is getting ready to throw into all this is that when Boruto attempts to use his Karma Seal, I do believe that there is a strong possibility that those pills that Amado gave to Boruto, they're going to come back and bite Boruto in the rear. And I'm not going to go as far as to say that it's going to outright stop him from using the Karma. I still think that Boruto is going to be able to use the Karma Seal. Just from a narrative perspective, it needs to be done, and you're likely going to need BoruShiki to pop out in order to effectively push Code, because you don't drop something in there to where Code is labeled an Otsutsuki worshiper and you do not allow for the situation for Code to see BoruShiki. However, the thing about this is that Boruto's fighting somebody who is just as skilled with the Karma Seal as Kawaki. He's also fighting someone who is better in taijutsu than Kawaki, someone who has just as much ninja tech in his body as Kawaki. And so it makes no sense for Boruto, regardless of what type of scaling you try to use, for Boruto to be able to, in his base form, be able to keep up with Code. He needs that Karma Seal multiplier. But the reason why I think that those pills might be in play is you don't drop lines in there that Boruto's been taking those pills for 2 times a day for 7 days, and then you have another 10-day time skip after that, and not play with it a little bit. And I do think there's a possibility that Kishimoto looks at that and does one of two things. Either he uses this as an opportunity to raise the stakes by having Boruto not be able to fully manifest the full power of Karma, or he uses this as an opportunity to allow Boruto to draw on Momoshiki's full power without Momoshiki being able to take over his consciousness. Or he builds in a backdoor way for Boruto to regain consciousness if Momoshiki hijacks. Because when you really look at it, this is no different, in my opinion, than Kishimoto allowing for Naruto to have the nine-tailed spirit inside of him, and Naruto having that seal on him, and that seal had a protective measure that kept Kurama from fully coming out. Once Naruto got to a certain number of tails, that's when Minato popped up and Minato was able to redo the seal. Well, right now, Boruto has an Otsutsuki inside of him, and the idea that he's got these drugs and they have different side effects, I think that there's either got to be a positive or a negative. I really feel like this could swing one way or the other, but based on how Kishimoto writes, the idea that Boruto's able to maintain control of his body and tap into that BoruShiki power, I think that that is something where Kishimoto might lean into it. But from a payoff perspective, if that is the route that he does go, the thing that I worry is, are we in a situation where Boruto just masters the power outright altogether? Or are we in a situation where there are other side effects to Boruto manifesting that BoruShiki power? That's the one thing I don't know, and that's the one thing, like the old folks like to say down in the South, the old folks like to say, well, my nose is itching. And when they say that, they're saying that they have a sneaking suspicion that something isn't right. I kind of feel like this right here. I'm really getting Search of Tsunade vibes, where in that arc, Masashi Kishimoto did a lot of build up and there were small skirmishes here or there, but he was really just setting the stage for the major plot twist that was eventually coming. I really feel like this is going to be one of those things to where Boruto, his psyche is going to be the key to maintaining all this. Those pills just level the playing field. I think that that might be it right there. Just as how Boruto, when he gets low on chakra, Momoshiki was able to take over. I think that when Boruto starts using this BoruShiki power, those Byakugan drugs that suppress the Otsutsukification are able to keep Momoshiki in check. But once Boruto starts using that power, Boruto's mind state has to be there as well. Because when you look at chakra, chakra is a combination of mind, body, and spirit. And so I'm kind of wondering if that mental aspect is the back door that potentially allows for Momoshiki to take over, or that allows Boruto to, in combination with those drugs, to be able to fully manifest that power and use it on his own without any type of drawback. If that's the case, Boruto has the opportunity to be absolutely busted. It's just that I'm not 100% sure that's the route that Kishimoto will go, but we have seen that Boruto has a strong will already, in the fact that he was able to resist Momoshiki and he was able to break the horn as that was going on. So if Boruto's mental psyche is tied into this, I would not be opposed to it. I really would not be opposed to it. Like I said, right now I'm 50-50. I can go one way or the other. Either those pills are going to negatively affect Boruto in the sense that he can't fully pull out the full power of the Karma Seal, or they're going to allow him to fully utilize the power and there's going to be a condition on it. Because with us getting closer and closer to the time skip, you need something to get tangible training for Boruto. There has to be a tangible focus, a end goal for Boruto. It can't just be something as simple as he's just going to get strong. There has to be a clear focus. Like when Naruto went in to train with Jiraiya, it was to eventually gain control of the Nine Tails. That was the focus of their training. And once they saw that they failed, Jiraiya looked for other things to try and beef Naruto up. I think that you're going to be in a similar situation here. So I think that maintaining control of Momoshiki's power, if that's the route Kishimoto goes, that makes the most sense. And I think that those drugs might be the way that you do it, but it does go back to one thing. Do you trust Amado? And that's the thing I keep struggling with. The stuff I'm suggesting heavily requires Amado to be a character that you trust. However, I want to know from you guys, if this does end up being the case that Boruto's able to manifest Momoshiki's power and stay in complete control of it because of the drugs, are you okay with that idea? And if it ends up going the other route where the drugs end up putting a limit on how much of the Karma Seal's power he can draw out, are you okay with that as well? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.